Hi everybody! Welcome to this week's episode of Dear Bitchy Waiter. This is the web series where I answer questions sent in by you, the viewers. So if you have a question, send it to me at sideofmustard@gmail.com, okay? As always, this web series is sponsored by Herman Law. They are labor attorneys who specialize in the restaurant industry. So if you have some funkity funk going on in your restaurant and you have some questions about the legality of it, reach out to them at paycheckcollector.com. Question number 1. Dear Bitchy Waiter. So basically, I have this huge crush on one of the servers I work with. He's insanely hot, but I don't know if it's the best idea to date someone you work with. What's your advice? Love, Mikey. So Mikey, my stance on dating someone you work with is pretty much like every corporate restaurant stance. No. Don't do it. Sure, a roll in the hay would be great, and sure he's hot, and it's gonna be really fun, but what about afterwards? What if he turns out to be crazy and you guys break up or something, and then 3 weeks from now, you guys have to do side work together and you are side by side rolling silverware, but neither one of you want to talk, and you're like, oh my God, I need more forks, but I don't really want to ask him for forks. And he's all, oh man, I need some more knives, but I don't want to ask for more knives from that person because, dude, I slept with that person. Lots of people over the years have told me they have met their significant other and have fallen madly in love, head over heels, with a coworker at their restaurant. Is this like one of those when Jasmine meets Aladdin kind of moments where you look into each other's eyes and you know it's meant to be?
What?
Do you trust me?
Yes.
If that's the case, girl, go to dry storage, drop your panties, and get all up on it. Make some sweet, sweet love in that dry storage on a pile of bev naps and trifold napkins. Or go into the walk-in together and breathe in that cool, refreshing air and blow it out, if you know what I mean. But think about the consequences. If it doesn't work out, you don't want to have that awkward conversation when you need a fork and he doesn't want to give it to you, right? If you're just trying to put another notch in your belt, it's not worth it, girl. Mikey, move on. Not worth it. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Go to the restaurant down the street, find one of their hot waiters, and go to town on him. Mikey, if you think this guy is the one for you, and if you don't make the moves on him, you will miss your chance to have your soulmate in your life, then go for it. But think about the consequences if he's not your soulmate. Awkward. Question number 2. Dear Bitchy Waiter, we have a customer who comes in about 2 to 3 times a week. He's almost always by himself and his tab is usually under $20, but he never tips. When is it okay to mention to him about his lack of tipping tendencies and how should we go about it? Thanks, Katie. Katie, I don't know what restaurant you work in, but in every restaurant I have ever worked in, talking to a customer about the tip is absolutely means for immediate dismissal. So if you want to get fired, then yeah, go talk to this guy. But if you don't want to get fired, which I'm pretty sure you don't, you just have to suck it up. As much as we want to tell them that their tip sucks ass, it's never okay. I have only mentioned a bad tip one time to a customer, and this was about 20 years ago when I was working at Houlihan's. The customer gave me his money and said, just give me $5 back, which I did, and that included my tip. Well, 10 minutes later when he left, he didn't leave a tip on the table because he had already given it to me, but I forgot. And I went up to him and I said, excuse me, sir, was there something wrong with the service? You know, I was totally bitchy and rude about it, and he said, I gave you a tip already. It was included when I paid the bill, remember? Oh my God, I was so embarrassed. I immediately apologized, and from that point on, I decided I would never, ever bring up the tip to a customer again. So I haven't, and I don't think that you should either. We're servers, and it's our job to serve, and we expect them to tip us, but we have to have integrity, and if they are not going to give us a tip, we have to be the bigger person and not say anything about it. I know, it sucks, Katie, but this is how it is. But if you absolutely feel the need to say something, maybe you could try this. So he comes into your restaurant 2 or 3 times a week and he always sits in your section, right? Why don't you have one of your coworkers walk up to him and say, hey, Katie, how come you always get him? He must be a great tipper. I should get a turn next time. Maybe that will remind the guy, oh, yeah, I never tip. Or maybe it will make the guy think, hey, maybe next time I should sit in someone else's section other than Katie because apparently everybody really likes me. You, Katie, can be like, oh Oh, you. Whichever one he chooses, it's gonna work out for you, Katie, because if he sits in your section, maybe he's gonna tip you, and if he sits in somebody else's section and he doesn't tip them, well, you're off the hook. But basically, when someone doesn't tip us, we have to just shut up. I know it's hard. Believe me, I know how difficult it is to keep my mouth shut. But you get yourself a key, and you lock your lips. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you have a question, send it to me at sideofmustard@gmail.com, and I'm gonna ask you to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at bitchywaiter. I need more followers. Keep your eyes peeled for the next video. If you like it, leave a comment, share it, do whatever you can to get this out to as many eyeballs as possible. Have a great day, everybody, and always, always, always tip your server.
Never forget, servers are not servants, customers are not royalty, and employers are not lawyers.